So we're going to start next step. We've got one of the puppies, be a litter mate to several y'alls, little female Piper. We're going to work on placing. So basically, we're going to show those dogs, you know, if you're going to have them in the house, if you're going to haul them, if you're going to show them when you tell them to be in a place or be in a spot, it's where they need to go. And then to amplify that, that'll teach patience, that'll teach respect, that'll teach listening. And the way we do it, we kill two birds with one stone, or maybe more than that. We teach those dogs to come back to us. So it's actually going to kind of help to hear, and it's also going to help a recall and a call off. We've got a few hot dogs. We've got some place. Walk over here and I'll show you how this is. Our deal's set up a little bit different than this. Come on in here. Our deal's set up a little bit different. We hang over the hang of the kennel, but this will kind of suffice for, if nothing else, a tree branch with this same setup would be awesome, you know, set under a shade and do it. So this is just a chain with a snap, and then I like to put the swivel on there, and then a bigger ring on my setup in the kennel, and we'd show it to you, but the dogs just bark too much, so we can't do nothing done. But I use a pulley, so instead of this, I use a pulley, but I really want to have that swivel. So we've got just a short piece of paracord. I always like to use paracord on these young dogs because I like that dog no matter what, all the time. If you turn them loose, if you're doing anything, I like to drag a rope. And that's probably a 15-foot piece of paracord with a snap on it. So you can always stop them and get a hold of them. You know, like I say, if you tell a dog a command by the second time and you have to tell them the third time, you're already teaching that dog. You're actually teaching that dog not to fight. So, you know, I like to drag a rope no matter what, in the house even. So whenever I tell them something, if I tell them to come to me, if I tell them something that I need to get a hold of them, I always have that. So this dog's, we've put her on here a few times. We've put her up on the table. This is just a flipped over feed tub. I use a table. It needs to start off with something easy for her to jump on. So I'll run my paracord through this, and we'll actually get down here with them, and we'll help them. Here. I usually get up. I've seen some guys use a place. Labrador guys, retriever guys, they use a place or something similar. So we don't really get on to the main point, but we make it uncomfortable for them not to be up here. So we'll put a little pressure on the collar. We'll tell them, get up. Get up. Give a little pressure, get up. Get up. And we just reinforce that. And we'll back off just a step. Piper. Here. Piper, here. Piper, here. So, you know, I obviously had to tell her more than that. And this is where hot dog, I think we've got some hot dogs. Hot dog would be awesome. So we just have a hot dog we break up into little pieces like this. Put a couple of them in my pocket. And first dog training video I ever watched was on force breaking a pointy dog to retrieve, and they called those edible reinforcers. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Piper. Here. Piper. That'll live here. That'll live here. So you'll start that where she's going to start coming back up that hot dog, and she's kind of a little bit bored with this. Now this is one thing with a young puppy you don't want to overdo. You want to do small steps. So like my big dogs, I expect them to get up there and stay up there, but this will be a starting place where you're showing that dog a place to be. You know, even if you're hauling them in a vehicle and you're in the house and you want them to lay in a dog bed and you need them to go to a place like a lot of guys will use this. I don't maybe go to the extreme as some of the Roy Cox trainings where those guys will you know, make those dogs stay on the bucket, let the other dogs work around them. I mean, they need that kind of patience, but I also feel like that kind of takes a little bit of their spirit away from them in a manner of speaking, and we'll look at that a lot later. But so we'll do this a few more times, and what you do is you stage this, so you'll start right here where she's right here. Viper, get up. And you help her up, get up. You can go ahead and kind of give her a little reinforcer and let her know she's okay up there and she's happy. You see she got a big old smile on her face, and you kind of keep that. Get up. You get up. Let her come to you. Get a hold of her. Give her that little piece of hot dog. See what that'll do is we'll build on getting out further. This is plenty far for no more than she's been asked to do, but so you just build on this, and you build on the amount of time that you ask them to be up there. Piper, get up. Get up. Let me see another one of those. So she's happy, she's content. So what I'll start doing as they get older is I don't tell them to stay there. I just make it uncomfortable for them not to be there. They want to be there. Then I start incorporating the word there. So like I tell them to get up, and then I give them a there, so they know that's their stopping place. So then that kind of overflows into my work whenever I'm training and working. Get up. Get up. See, it'd be ideal if you didn't have a fence right there like that. If you were under a shade tree, it would be great where they didn't have anywhere else to go. Working about quitter, because that's long enough. The there thing is I'll use that there, so whenever I stop one, stand one to block my command, then I'll give a there command to let them know, you know, in essence a stay, but not necessarily I'm saying you got to stay there. I just want you to know that is your place until I release you. That's all I'm saying. So we're, the next thing is that whenever I'm up here working these young dogs, you always, and I put a podcast on the page, but you always want to give 100% of your attention to that dog. But at the same time, once you start this, there needs to be no distraction the first several times. Then you actually need to create distraction. That dog needs to learn to release off the command, not off a verbal cue. So what happens so often with dogs is you start to talk and you make a noise, you make a sound, you make a whatever, and that dog's going to come because that dog is so anxious to release that he's not really broke. He's doing what you're asking him to do, but he's not coming off the same command. So I actually like to talk a little bit, and you know, like even want to call them by name. So whenever they're up here, I call them by name. As we gain on them, you know, I'll give a that'll do here, but I'll put their name in there because they need to learn their name. Well, then I'll work on drills like where I'll put them up there, and I'll just go through a gamut of names until I call their name, and then they know it's okay to come. That'll do here. So we'll quit her there because that's pretty good. The next thing I want to work on that's going to be coming in and out of your kennel, in and out of a gate, especially in and out of a gate, is the word wait. So that's a respect thing. That dog has 100% respect you. So we'll work on it going to the door of the saddle house. But what we're going to ask that dog to do is going through a door, coming in and out of your kennel, coming in and out of your crate, you're going to ask that dog to wait. Same deal, your dog is getting too, you know, if you come out of your kennel and go straight to work, you're feeding 100% of their predator drive, and that's cool, but you're never getting them under control. So, you know, things like you've got to go through a gate, you've got to tell them to wait and let you go in first, because what's going to happen, you get to your gate, you lose control, they're going to rush in there and get a hold of your stock, and your whole training session has been set to a tone of that dog's in control, not you. So once that dog sets that tone of being in control, you've lost control of the whole training session, because, you know, essentially they're pack animals, you're part of their pack, you're the leader of the pack. Anytime you ever lose control as the leader of the pack, you have lost control of your session. So, you know, something as simple as this is crucial in my opinion, and it used to not be, but so you're going to walk in here. She's not paying any attention. I'm going to walk her in or out a couple times, and then I'm going to start to ask her. Piper. So I don't want her to know what's in here and come in and out. That way we can work on. She's screwing around. We're going to wait. my dogs get, the more I don't have to tell them. Once in a while they'll get a little wound up and you've got to remind them. But most of the time, that dog's just going to create enough manners, enough respect that they're going to stay in your gate and they're going to wait on you. That'll do here. That'll do here. I don't ever, that's another thing we hit on the other day, I don't ever tell one that they're a good boy or a good girl in the midst of when you're asking them to do something. When you're done, give them an attaboy and tell them they're a good girl. But don't build on that. Don't confuse them, because so you're already asking a lot of them. Don't confuse them as you're going through your training by giving them an attaboy or a good boy or a good girl. So I wait till I've got accomplished what I want, and then I tell them that they're a good girl and I'm not saying you can't love them through the deal. You know, there's nothing, that dog's happy right now. She just gonna sit there and take that and really like it. We're gonna go try this one time. Wait. So you see how I incorporate that name in the command. See, that'll do, and that's gonna be your universal call. So whether you're on stock, no matter what we're doing, that'll do is turn the switch off. That's time, turn the switch off. That's the time we're quitting. Piper. That'll do here. That'll do here. Good girl. See, I told her she was a good dog as I was done asking her for what we were after. So let's work on these two things. These two things are a good spot. So that weight will actually go hand in hand with your patience, putting them on your barrel, or you can even buy those things. It's a patience board, or you can put a pallet on the ground, or just showing them that there's a place they got to go when you send them there. And like I said, that also means that that's a safe place for them. It parlays into lots of things. There's lots of theory behind it. There's Roy Cox theory, there's lab retriever theories. My theory is it teaches patience, and the way I train it is it helps keep those things fresh coming to me. And obviously the more you build on it, you send that dog to his place. And like I said, I see several of those guys use the word place for their command to get up. I usually get up, and that's just my personal preference. So you send them to their place, and you ought to be able to have that place, whatever your established place is, and be able to send them from anywhere where you're at. So the recall even to the place is going to help your recall off the stock. I mean, it's just going to build. Basically, it's one more step of control that you're going to build in those dogs. And right now, I mean, small steps of this. You see that dog's chill. She's just hanging out. She's had some training on her. She really likes to play, but she's just kind of hanging out because that's what she wants to do. And she's kind of got a chill about her, because we've done some little training, and she kind of likes to train. The more you train on one, the more they like to train. So that's where we're at. I'll send this out to you guys, and we get questions or something. I'm still working on how we're going to do this virtual dog clinic puppy boot camp thing. I don't know how we're going to do it. I don't want to go in the world. Figure out an invite group on Facebook Live or something to try to put a couple hours on a Saturday where we kind of go through all this, where y'all can be watching it and trying it, and when things are happening, we can see as they're happening, or we may try Zoom where I can see what you got going on. We're still working on that. I'll kind of get this out to you, and we'll see where we're at.